everybody, and welcome to another episode of Confidently Sensitive. My name is Jane, and I'm doing a series of shows to help other people, hopefully help other people to deal better with their sensitivities in life, and for being an empath and embracing that gift that we've gotten, because sometimes it feels so much like a curse. Thank you very much for taking your time, and sit back, relax as we go through another show. In this show, I'm going to be talking about getting messages, automatic writing, and how to know or feel that these messages are actually coming through to you. So I'm going to start off with my journey on what I've been doing. So I started to do automatic writing, and when I say automatic writing, it sounds all very raw, but what I do is I go and I take some time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. So if you take a lunch hour, if you take a lunch or tea time, or, take 5 to 10 minutes. And I've got my book that I've covered nicely. I've got a nice little pen that I've got. And then I know, my brain knows that this is the time that I'm going to be using this pen, and this book is the time that I'm going to be sitting down and I'm going to be connecting with my guides. And for the past couple of years, I've always been wanting to meet my guides. I've been listening and watching shows and, being quite jealous that other people have been able to. And only very recently has my one guide come through, and her name is Rose Ampanthea. And it was just a beautiful, subtle way of how it came through. So I was driving the one morning, and I was going to go drop my little one off at my mom's house. And then I was going to take the boys to school, and I was on my way to work. And I've just been clearing myself and opening myself and just being very allowing of messages to come through. Because one thing that you must understand is that the guides on the other side will never ever make you do things that you don't want to do. It is always about your own free choice. Always. That is always a very big thing. They will never tell you to do things, then you know that it's not a very good vibration that's coming through if something ever tries to tell you to do something. These guides are here exactly for their name, to guide us. I believe that they are either they're different types that you've got. So they could be people that are ascended masters. They are all beings or entities that are ascended masters, or people that have been our family members and have crossed over and that are there to be with you. Sometimes it could be a spirit kind of energy as well that is there. I know that my girl, my dog my baby, I loved her so much. I've never been able to get another dog since she died. And I think that, a lot of time that I've done meditation, she's always been there. So when I've done a lot of my hypnotherapy courses and stuff, she's been at the top of the stairs with me, being there to guide me down as I go. And I get all. So yes, it's a very emotional thing to go through, and it's also a very personal journey for you to take. So you'll know. Anyway, so I was driving that one morning, and I was being very open, and I was allowing myself to be very open and to feel and take the messages in. And I drove up the road, and I just heard, look out for the letter J. And I can't say I heard it clear. It wasn't like someone was talking to me and I could hear English, someone saying, look out for the letter J. No, it was a knowing. It was like a clear cognizance. It was me knowing that I need to look for the letter J. And I looked up, and there on the rails, so I know you've got those metal things that guard rails. There was a spray painted J, as true as Nanny's. I promise you, it was right there in front of my eyes, and it was a J. And I was like, wow. And then I just felt this message coming through that just keep a lookout, and every time that you see a J, you know that we are there. A J and the number 8. And every time that I drive, I always see number plates coming through, signboards up top. They're speaking to me. The messages are coming through, and I just feel so warm and loved, and it's just such a very beautiful, positive, amazing feeling to have, knowing that I've got this team, or this one person, even just this love that comes from the other side, and that I'm never alone. Never alone. And that this communication is here, and it's only in its infancy. And I've was a couple of years ago wanting to go into the Akashic Records, also because I've been reading up a lot about it, and I was able to go up, and it's different. You know, I did a course on the Akashic Records a couple of years ago, and they were talking a lot about this gentleman called Edgar Cayce, and he always used to see himself being, you know, be lying on the couch and seeing himself being rising up and flying over. And that's how it felt to me as well. And that's where I got the messages to do a YouTube channel and to start promoting love and helping everybody else on this planet Earth to get to that higher timeline, so that we can all start morphing into the best possible versions of ourselves, because we are only at the basics at the moment. And if everybody becomes a collective consciousness at becoming the best pure love beings, we have got such a nirvana to look forward to. It really, really, really is. If we can get everybody to think on the same timelines, it is absolutely, there is so much excitement of what we can do and what we can create. So if you get the word out and you spread the word of love and creating that positiveness and just helping people to see that choosing that higher timeline as opposed to the dense darkness that is so easy to fall into. Everybody just, it's very easy to just slip into that old way of doing things. Anyway, I digress. I do apologize. So what I also got the message to do was to sit down with my book. And what I do is I sit down with my book, I open it to a page, I put the date down, I write the date, and I just put my pen down to the paper, and it's just right. And you just write down things that come through, anything that comes through that you feel like it just comes through, and you put your pen to paper and you just write, and the writing comes through. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and the more you can see different messages that do come through. And then I was sitting at my desk the one day, and it was a Friday afternoon, and I was doing my work, and the next thing I heard, Jane, and it was this voice that it was so familiar, but I hadn't heard it before physically on this earth. It was weird. And I heard Jane, and I was like, and then I just heard, don't take the highway home, because I always jump onto the highway on the way home. And I was like, it's such a mission not to go on the highway, because it's so much easier to take the back roads and whatever. And I just thought to myself, oh, come on, man. But I knew that it wasn't me thinking about how I was going to get home or what it was. It wasn't an internal dialogue. It was definitely an external thing coming through. Don't take the highway home. So I thought, I'm not even going to, I don't know who it was. I still thought, maybe, is this Rose? I don't know. So I was sitting there, and then home time came, and I got in the car and I tried to take the highway, and there were cones blocking the on-ramp onto the highway. So I had to turn around and go and take the back way. I was like, okay, maybe I should start listening to these little prompts. Anyway, so I'm on my way home, and then I thought, okay, then I heard Jane, and I was like, wow, I'm hearing this again. And it said, take the highway from, so when I got to pick up the boys from their school, I heard take the highway. And I was like, but now all of a sudden now I've got to take the highway. But I don't take that highway home. I normally take the back road. So I take the highway to go and get my children from school. And then from there I take the back roads, because it's just the way that I do things, and it's my routine, and it's just become easier. It's like second nature. So I was like, okay, no, come on, it can't be. As I was trying to take, and then I turned down the road and I was trying to go the back road, there was a whole truck in the middle of the road that had jackknifed. So I had to turn around and I had to get on the highway. And it's just little things like that that came through that just kind of cement the affirmation with me that there is something there that's trying to come through and talk to me. And maybe I should be listening a little bit better in future, because just now I did get on the highway and something did happen. So I need to listen to my prompts. I need to listen to my inner voice. No, I need to listen to my guide. Ding, or the guidance from where it is, because I can feel that it is love, and it's only from a higher place of being. And it's like teaching a baby to talk or teaching a baby to walk. It's little baby steps of getting there, and of listening to these little things and ways of interacting with these guides. And that's why the automatic writing is so beautiful. That's how I was able to get Rose's name. I was doing writing and all of a sudden it came through Rose Ampanthea. I Googled the word Ampanthea because I thought I've never heard this before. And what came up through the feed wasn't very much, but there was something about a school, like a school of magic, that came up in the thread of Ampanthea. And it fits so beautifully, and it sat so nicely with me, and it's still an ongoing interaction that I'm having with her, and her definitely, yes, she is. It's a feminine energy that I can feel. And just know that there's not only one guide that you've got. There's so many that you can call on to. So I've always been able to I've always been able to ask Archangel Michael to come through and protect me. And I think that goes a long way back to when I converted to Catholicism. It just felt safe to have him next to me and that beautiful blue light. And then as I've gone and done a whole lot of my workshops and courses and studies and learned about this here and about that there, it just gets a bit easier to intuit and to interact. And definitely I think that if you want to interact or to connect with your guide a little bit better, to connect with your guide would definitely be meditation. Definitely take the time. On every single course or show or bit of reading that I've done, it's always meditation is the number one way for you to be able to connect to your higher self and to those people around you, or those energies around you that are there for the best and the highest good. So yeah, this was going to start off just with automatic writing, and I've gone into the whole thing of meeting your guide, and I think that was definitely guidance from my guide, and I can feel that whole, wow, it's a whole rush of emotion that comes through. It's a lovely, lovely journey that I'm on, and I'm very, very grateful for it. And I'll continue to do the videos on YouTube to share with everybody else about how I'm navigating through this life of being sensitive and what else is happening. And it'll be so interesting to see in a couple of years' time when we go back and we look at the videos and to see how it's grown, and the people around that are the followers and the people that get in touch with us and are going to be on this journey with me. And I do thank you so very much for taking the time to spend with me and to listen to this, and I do hope that it resonates with you and that you're able to contact your guide. And if you'd like to get in touch, I'm available. The contact details are down below, and be well. And as I wanted to say again, just make sure that everything that you do is from a place of love. Love is the highest vibration that puts you onto the highest timeline. Love is every single prophet that has ever been in this world that comes down to share, and it just must be. If we do things from a place of love, then we would live in the most beautiful place possible. And it is possible. We live in a place of magic, and just send it straight from love. Thank you very much. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment, and just give me a little bit of feedback. How are you enjoying it? Is there anything that you'd like me to discuss? Anything that you'd like me to have a look at and get back to you? All of that. Thank you very much, guys. Be well. Bye-bye.